Good evening, Chanakya sir. Thank you for sparing some time for me.
Good evening to you, Jigyasu.
Chanakya sir, I'll come straight to the point. I want to invest in the capital markets.
That's very good thinking.
Tell me, sir, what are the ways to invest?
Jigyasu, there are several entry points. Today I will talk only about IPO.
Great. I have heard IPOs are very attractive. So tell me, what is an IPO?
Let me start from the very beginning.
That would be great.
When a company is set up, who would provide the initial investment?
Surely the founder or a group of founders?
Right. They are also referred to as promoters.
What about more funds when the company grows?
Some companies will manage out of their profits or take a loan from a lender like a bank.
That makes sense.
A company may also sell some of its shares to professional investment firms called venture capitalists, that is VCs, and private equity firms, that is PEs.
Yes, I have noticed these in the newspapers.
When the company grows further, it may continue to use the same methods of raising capital.
Sir, what about cases where a company does not wish to take loans nor raise money from VCs and PEs?
Yes, but only if it can manage from its profits.
But that may always not be enough.
Absolutely. Also because the company, besides expansion, may also need money for other purposes.
Like what?
Like for diversification or acquisitions or working capital or repayment of loans.
Sir, one question. Would the VC, PE firms who had invested in the company not like to exit at some point in time?
Of course. They also need to encash their investments.
So what would a company do in such a scenario?
This is when the company considers listing by floating an IPO.
Oh, I get it. IPO means selling shares to the public?
Right, Jigyasu. Since it is the very first time the company is going to the public, the word initial is used.
So IPO means initial public offering?
Correct.
Can any company do an IPO?
No, only such companies who meet the entry norms prescribed by SEBI, which are also aimed as investor protection.
Sir, how does a company start the IPO process?
Well, it has to first appoint one or more SEBI-registered merchant banker who, besides many responsibilities, prepares the offer document.
What is an offer document?
An offer document is a compilation of all disclosures about the company and the IPO as mandated by SEBI.
Then, what then is the next step?
The merchant banker files the offer document with SEBI.
Does SEBI then approve the IPO?
SEBI often first asks the merchant banker to rectify the deficiencies, if any, in the offer document.
Does SEBI then approve the IPO?
SEBI does not approve any IPO. Once satisfied, it issues its final observation letter. Only after this, the company can launch its IPO.
Does SEBI also approve the issue price of the shares?
No, the price is decided by the company in consultation with its merchant bankers.
So SEBI has no role in the issue price?
Only to the extent that the merchant banker has to disclose in the offer document and advertisements a detailed justification of the issue price.
Got it. What are the things that I should look before investing in an IPO?
Ideally, Jigyasu, you should read the entire abridged prospectus, the offer document designed especially for retail investors.
So, any key aspects I should first look at?
Yes, the risk factors, promoter's background, business of the company, outstanding litigations and defaults, and justification of issue price.
Any additional aspects?
Look for the presence of VCs, PEs, as also the presence of pre-IPO anchor investors who are SEBI-approved institutional investors.
Anything else, sir?
Finally, look at the IPO track record of the merchant bankers, which is available in the offer document and is aggregated and updated on the website of AIBI, that is www.aibi.org.
So you mentioned about the abridged prospectus. Where do I get it?
You can download it from the websites of SEBI, the company, the stock exchanges, merchant bankers, or the brokers.
Great. Now please tell me about a process of investing in an IPO.
First, obtain PAN and open a bank account. If you already do not have these,
I have these. What else?
Open a demat account with a DP, which is an electronic registry of your shares bought and shares sold.
Anything else?
Open a trading account with a registered broker, as you would need one when you wish to sell the shares.
So how to know which IPOs are opening for subscription?
Details are available on the websites of the stock exchanges and AIBI. Advertisements are also released in some newspapers.
Is there an IPO application form?
Yes, Jigyasu, these are available with the designated branches of the self-certified syndicate banks, stockbrokers, and websites of the stock exchanges.
Where do I submit the application form?
Simple, to the designated branch of the SCSB or the broker.
Sir, I noticed there is a price band in the IPO advertisements. What is this?
The company decides the minimum and maximum price at which it wishes to sell its shares. Within this band, you can choose the price.
Then what is the cutoff price?
Based on the total demand, the cutoff price is decided by the issuer, which becomes the issue price.
Is it not difficult for me to decide a price in the band?
Most retail investors tick the cutoff price option in the application form to ensure inclusion in the basis of allotment.
Sir, do I have to pay the entire amount at the time of application?
No. Under the ASBA mechanism, your bank will only block the relevant amount in your account till the date of allotment.
Sir, how many days is an IPO open?
Typically for 3 days.
So which day of an IPO should I invest?
Jigyasu, there is no early bird incentive. You may as well invest on the last day, also after ascertaining the response of the institutional investors who are called QIBs or Qualified Institutional Buyers.
Is there a preferential allotment for retail investors?
Yes, 35% of the issue amount is reserved for applications which are up to rupees 2 lakhs.
What happens after I have applied in an IPO?
After the issue closes, the company compiles details of all the applications. The IPO becomes oversubscribed when the applications are greater than the number of shares being sold.
Sir, then who gets the allotments?
The company's registrar and the transfer agent draws up a basis of allotment through a SEBI-approved process which determines the successful applicants, and the minimum allotment is rupees 15,000 per applicant.
How do I come to know the fate of my application?
The number of shares allotted to you will be credited to your depository account.
What about my money that was blocked by the bank?
If you get any allotment, the appropriate amount will be debited by the bank from your account. The balance amount, if any, will be unblocked by the bank in your account.
Sir, when do the shares get tradable?
After 3 days of issue closing, the shares get listed on either or both the stock exchanges as opted by the company. Immediately thereafter, if you wish, you can place a sell order with your broker.
When should I sell the shares?
Sell as per your targeted returns. If you hold the shares after listing, do track the company carefully. Continuing disclosures are mandated by SEBI post-listing, including quarterly and annual results.
Sir, can I buy more shares of the company after listing?
Sure, Jigyasu, you can place a buy order with your broker.
Sir, I also keep hearing about SME IPOs. What are these?
To encourage small and medium enterprises to tap the capital market, SEBI has created SME platforms both at NSE and BSE.
How are these IPOs different?
While there are several safeguards for investor protection, such companies enjoy some relaxations in eligibility and disclosure requirements. Also, they do not need to file their offer documents with SEBI.
Sir, is the IPO applications process for SME IPOs the same?
Yes, it is, except that to prevent very small investors from the exposure to such companies, the minimum application size is rupees 1 lakh.
Sir, please now tell me that if I have a complaint regarding an IPO, how do I get resolved?
You should visit the AIBI website to lodge your complaint on the SEBI prescribed scores system.
Sir, there's one question I have been wanting to ask. Are there any other benefits of listing?
Good question, Jigyasu. For the company, the shares become a currency and a valid way of measuring wealth besides providing tax benefits.
Any other beneficiaries?
Yes, the employees who can encash their stock options, and for you, a tool to increase your wealth if you invest wisely.
Sir, before you go off, any last-minute advice?
Remember, Jigyasu, Equity is an appropriate investment avenue if you're prepared to take related risks in order to generate higher returns.
Anything else, sir?
Finally, please do not trust rumors or unsolicited advice or the unauthorized grey market. Invest always as an informed investor.
Thank you so much, Chanakya, sir.
Bye-bye, Jigyasu. Happy IPO investing. Bye-bye. Happy IPO investing.